Just please. So students and delegates, please be silent.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to inaugurate poster session, and it's going to be inaugurated by Professor Indranil Manna, Vice Chancellor BIT Mishra. And then evaluation and other things will be keep going on, and we will start the program soon after we inaugurate this.
But you should say that I have a connection with NM.
Yeah, Professor Manna is not a new face to us. We all know that he's part of kind of our family members as well as guide and mentor to all of us. So those who may not be knowing, we will have formal introduction on stage, but this is just informally we are going to get it
Professor
started.
Manna is the Chairman of Research Council of CSIR National Metallurgical Lab. He is well known face. He is former director. Yeah. We have one more RC member here, Savita. And so it's a very fortunate occasion that we have RC chair with us and RC member also with us. And with all this.
I think she also joined.
Please give. Thank you, sir. Now we request Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, Director, CSIR NML, Dr. S.K. Tiwari, Chief Scientist, and Dr. Raghveer Singh, Coordinator, Academia Event, to please come on the dais. To express our gratitude, I request our director to welcome our chief guest with a floral bouquet.
Former Director of Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, and at present Vice Chancellor of BIT Group, Birla Institute of Technology Group. So he has seen the world from including e-waste management and many things. Whatever you talk about metals and materials, we are working in this lab, National Metallurgical Lab. Several programs have already happened, and now today it is academia meet to disseminate and to share our knowledge with other institutions in and around Jamshedpur and in Jharkhand. And we are fortunate that in addition to our chief guest, we have our RC member, Tamita here, and other distinguished faculties here from ISER, Kolkata, for giving the lectures. And we have students and faculties, our own faculty.
Good morning. Professor Manna, today's chief guest, Dr. A.K. Srivastava, Director CSIR NML, Dr. Raghuvir Singh, Chief Scientist and today's program coordinator, Professor Pant, Vice President of CSIR. He has launched the campaign 1 week, 1 lab of CSIR in January 23. Under this campaign, and challenges in the area of minerals, metallurgy and materials. The program includes today lectures by eminent personalities covering future research prospects in metallurgy, energy materials, evolution of metals, and glimpse of CSIR and particularly CSIR NML contribution towards society and nation. Also there is a poster session on metals and materials for growth of nation by students of colleges in and around Jamshedpur. In the post-lunch session, there will be a panel discussion to
Or good friends from NML, Nita. Actually, I mentioned this to Anish that it's very scary because all the known faces are gradually disappearing from NML. So my association with NML dates back many decades, and being a metallurgist, NML is almost like a temple to any, and that too I grew up in a neighborhood, B College and IIT Kharagpur. So I've been, if I correctly recall, my first visit to NML was when I was actually a student. We came for a industrial visit to Jamshedpur, and that was the first occasion when I could step into this very famous laboratory. And since then, so that is truly the cradle in which Indian science and technology post-independence grew. All the big strategic sectors that we hear about today and who make us immensely have to come for this, I readily agree. And only thing is, these days life has become very demanding, and at times, in certain span of time, I find myself traveling almost every second day. So it becomes very difficult to organize. But I live not far from here, so and also it's on.
पीना तो है लेकिन अभी तो काम चल रहा है.
Really great, and I'm happy to be here. But it's a country has to negotiate with. But as a metallurgist, as materials engineer, and as someone who has a passion for science and technology, I thought I would share with you my own thoughts about it. So, like Dr. Tiwari mentioned, that I can wear two hats, IIT Mesra, and I still retain my position at IIT Kharagpur. Around you, a question, why? So anything and everything, if you simply ask why, that's exactly what you're doing as science. And it is not necessarily, today you must be also aware of subject domains which are called computer science. Why is it not computer engineering? Because of very fundamental questions from which it emerges. Similarly, we say material science, even economic sciences, social sciences. So why we use the word science is because when we address the principal theme of why, then it's science from whatever form they exist in nature. For example, iron oxide is an oxide. That's how Mother Earth preserves the precious resources. But in walking to Tata Steel, they know how to reduce iron oxide and extract iron out of that. and then allow a certain amount of carbon to go into solution, and that's how we make steel, and which we use all over the places. That India is one of the very large economies, 5th largest economy in the world, and in order to reach and compete with the likes of US and China, this is also one of the development indices that India should aim at, to be a leader in not only steel production, but also steel consumption. Now, why it is important? I doubt whether once, but this is not so important. What is actually more important is a projection, what in terms of the consumption of steel. Like I showed you some of the sectors where steel is used in buildings. You can't make a building, you can't make a bridge, you can't make a road without, or stadium without steel. So 70 kg per annum per person was the consumption rate in 2021, and this is going to grow, expected to grow to 160. So roughly about, let's say, more than double in about a period of 10 years. But that's not enough, because if it is, let's say, about 100-120 kg per person now, the world average is 233 kg. So we consume less than half the consumption rate of steel worldwide. Various semiconductor devices are very heavily consumed. And we are very proud that India is doing exceedingly well in terms of our defense capabilities, or indigenization of defense capabilities. So this is also one other such example. I thought of showing this to you, that this could be easily, close to a kilometer. It may not be kilometer, but several hundred meters.
And grace this occasion with your distinguished presence. Thank you for your very elaborate lecture, sir, on future challenges of materials and metallurgy and materials, sector-wise and as well as alloy-wise, and in perspective of India as well. I'm sure that many of us or all of us have learned and added to our existing knowledge on these issues, these particular area. Thank you very much. Thanks also to you, because you have taken early morning classes, Graduate College, Kareem City College, Women's University, Arka Jain University, NIT Jamshedpur, RBS College of Engineering and Technology, and I think Jharkhand Central University as well. Thank you all for showing your interest and being with us this morning, and also thank you to your management.
So, the main problem is that we have the carbon dioxide and we need to reduce it. So we burn the fossil fuels, we know, and we have to come out of it, okay? CO2, carbon dioxide, we emit it from every use. We actually, the human beings or any of the animals, we breathe out this carbon dioxide. We inhale this oxygen and we take out this. So every industry. So silicon solar cells, when we use, but making those panels, the solar panels, do you think it is green? It is not green. It is absolutely not good process. So here is an article which says about the true carbon footprint of photovoltaic energy. Now here what I'm going to tell you is all these reactions that you see. What happens? We have the silica, glass or sand, anything called as silica, SiO2, you react with the carbon at a very high temperature, greater than 1500 degrees centigrade, you end up with silicon carbide. And then over a range of all these the reactions, the polymer efficiency will drop, and it will degrade in the air. So the main thing is to increase the size of these panels if you are talking about a single junction solar cells. So there are various reports where these panels could be made, and suppose this is, you see it is 55 centimeter square, and they have tested the thermal stability at 60 degrees C, and with 82% of this efficiency is there. Now there are various such as examples where people have made up to 64 centimeters square or 16 centimeters square, very good, if it's a big panel. Okay, because the silicon solar cells that you have on the rooftop, what are they? 11%? Something they give you. So that should be fine. However, the global photovoltaic market is changing. The global photovoltaic market, what it says? It says that silicon, okay, single junction silicon, the limit of this efficiency is 29.4%. Market needs to increase this efficiency because the demand.
I will stick to the time. So this is going to be a very different talk. Professor Manna sort of started in the past, took you to the future. I think Sayan showed you what the future, where it will lie and what needs to be done to get there. I am going to take you to the past and stay firmly in the past. And that is because when I was asked to come and give a talk here, the topic was kind of spelled out for me, and the topic was really grand. The topic was some materials and civilization. And into 1824, when Faraday was 28 to 33 years of age, he did a whole bunch of experiments related to alloys of steel with about 16 elements. Right? This is something that was known. It's not very well known. Right? When we think of Faraday, we think of other things. We don't think of steel. But Faraday, as a not so young researcher, spent a lot of time working on steel. And the story is about why was Faraday working on steel and what came out of his work on steel. This content is from a paper that Hadfield has written. Again, the metallurgist would be familiar with this name, right? He has lent his name to steel itself, Hadfield Steel. So Hadfield has written a paper on Faraday's work later, and he says that, look, there was a paper co-authored by Mr. Stoddart and Faraday, J. Stoddart, and this is where his shop is, 401 Strand, London. Surgeons' instruments, razors and other cutlery made from, and this word I'll show you later, it is almost in Devanagari script. The Honorable East India Company, London. Okay, so these are his visiting cards. Like I said, he's the funding agency. And now let us look at this wood steel. What is it that Mr. Stoddart is putting on his visiting card? And this is a steel best known for making weapons, right? So swords, etc., etc. And there's actually a nice book if you want, and this book is available. There's a PDF of it available, written by Sharada Srinivasan, who is in fact an archaeometallurgist, and Professor Ranganathan, who until a few years ago was a professor at ISC. So they say that
NML has participated in flagship programs like Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, Startup India and Skill India. To realize the dream of Atmanirbhar Bharat, NML developed technologies for production of several strategic metals, including tungsten from tungsten carbide scraps, sodium metal from sodium chloride through molten salt electrolysis, and manganese metal from manganese ore through electrolytic route. Technology for production of corrosion-resistant brass ammunition was developed and transferred to the Ordnance Factory Varangal, Maharashtra, to ensure availability of world-class ammunition to India's armed forces. When India embraced the path of rapid development through construction of railways, power plants, bridges, airports and rockets, NML contributed by certifying the quality of the metallic components at its Crete laboratory, one of the largest in Asia. Indian Railway, Indian Air Force, DRDO, BAI, ISRO, NTPC, and a number of consumer industries all take the help of NML for remaining life assessment and failure analysis.
मोबाइल को नीचे कर दीजिएगा मोबाइल नीचे
NML developed sensors and devices for the metallurgical industry. For the first time in the world, a device to detect the breakout in industrial billet casters was developed using fiber drag gratings as the temperature sensor. The technology won Tata Egovista Award in 2022. Flowguard, Zincometer, and Matrix are some other devices developed and commercialized by NML through private companies. NML is producing and marketing certified reference materials to ensure the quality and global traceability of analytical test results. With 39 number of metallurgical CRMs and NABL accreditation as per ISO 17034, NML has placed itself as a global player in the CRM market. MSME and startups are the backbone of India's economy, and their role is pivotal towards India's goal to become a $5 trillion economy. NML has taken up the task to make the MSMEs globally competitive by providing modern technology and technological guidance. The Urban Ore Recycling Center of NML develops technologies for recycling of e-waste in the environment-friendly and economical manner. It has transferred 10 technologies to the MSMEs, and in addition, NML has received the CSIR Best Technology Award in 2020. In the Waste to Wealth initiative, NML developed technology to produce paving blocks from fly ash and blast furnace slag using geopolarization technique. Technology for production of high-lead carbon dioxide from waste petroleum was also developed. This technology was received NREC National Innovation Award in 2015. At a time when India is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit and G20 presidency, all express India to be a leader in science and technology. NML's research work on the galvanization of high-strength steels for automotive applications, self-healing coating for maintenance-free partial protection of steel structures, non-weight catalytic nanomaterials for hydrogen generation through water splitting, production of new alloy powders for 3D printing, and holistic utilization of trademark in partnership with major aluminum industries are targeted in the application. As a responsible organization, NML has taken up the responsibility to solve the problems of Indian citizens through technological independence. For brass artisans, NML has developed a brass products which not only reduces the mental
वही मैम अच्छा इधर है अगले देखो वैसा आइडिया
India's natural resources for the betterment of quality of life has been the motto of NML from its inception. Using pilot plant facilities, NML has developed process flow sheets on beneficiation of iron ore, limestone, coal, bauxite, barite, sillimanite, and lithium ore to improve the productivity. NML's column fusion technology for beneficiation of low-grade ores has set a benchmark in mineral processing industry. Several industries across India are now using the process to beneficiate
So this is another activity where we are making coking coal from non-coking coal, and in another interesting development, we are using the oil agglomeration to reduce the ash content of the Indian coal, which is normally very high in ash percentage, more than 35%. Strategic metal is very important for the country because these are the metals which are not available in the country, but you require for your defense, for your military, for your space planning, for your renewable energy, for your electric vehicles, everywhere you will be.
So the first point that I want to make because of this is that the world is moving really fast in terms of scientific research. So, and majority of this experimental work depends on this high-end, these instrumentations. Like when we deal with this metallurgy or material science, we have to get the access to these atomic scale, like the TEM, this transmission electron microscopy, or those gap areas. So we have to understand what are the gap areas, then only we can do a good work. And the third is third point I want to make is that scientists, of course, need a vibrant young blood to really work for. So this internship and also the PhD program, if it's there, is that will create a very the vibrant atmosphere to boost the entire system. These 3 points I'd like to make. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Your views, Dr. Tiwari.
Good afternoon, everybody. As I am from computer science, I don't have much idea about these material science and all. Say percentage is around 5 to 10%. Sir, it is my request or it is my opinion.
ऐसा एजुकेशन दे जहाँ पे एजुकेशन के साथ एमएससी के साथ हम अपने फ्यूचर को लेकर टेंस ना रहे कि हम अच्छे पोस्ट पे जाएंगे कि नहीं जाएंगे। ये हमारा मन में हमेशा क्वेश्चन रहता है कि एमएससी के बाद क्या करेंगे, पीएचडी के बाद क्या करेंगे, नेट क्वालिफाई करेंगे, देन क्या
सर एमएससी का बाद क्या करेंगे? डॉक्टर मन्ना।
पहले तो हम कोशिश करेंगे समझने के लिए कि आप क्या पूछना चाह रहे हैं। मेरा मेरा लगा कि आप यही खोज रहे कि MSc करके आगे में हम क्या करें, तो या PhD करके क्या करें। आप आगे बढ़ना चाहेंगे, आपके जो ख्वाहिश है वो आप आगे बढ़ना चाहेंगे लाइफ में। तो इसके लिए सवाल ये उठता है कि आप MSc क्यों कर रहे हैं, आगे में क्या होगा। वो लाइफ ऐसा है कि लाइफ एक तरीके से हम कोई बता सकते कि कोई ऐसा एक क्वेश्चन है जो जिसका आंसर एंड ऑफ द बुक में नहीं लिखा गया है। कहीं भी आप जो चीज सोच रहे कि यही मेरा फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन है, हो सकता है कि उससे कहीं अच्छा, कहीं और आगे आप बढ़ सकते हैं, या तो कहीं दूसरी जगह भी पहुंच सकते हैं। तो अभी
खुद का जॉब बनाना, जो खुद कुछ करना जो कि आप आपका इनकम कर सकते हो, ये कैसे कर सकते हो? आपको इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट करना पड़ेगा। तो आप कैसे सीखोगे? आप साइंस किए हैं, साइंस का बाद आप साइंस से टेक्नोलॉजी जाने के लिए वो जो तरीका है, वो जो माइंड सेट है, वो ट्रेनिंग अभी हम लोग NML में दे रहे हैं। हम लोगों को एक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम है जिसका नाम है एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप डेवलपमेंट बाय दैट। तो इसमें आई एम श्योर इट इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी मच बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Mita. So the larger message is education is not only about study, it is about experiential learning. So NML
manufacturer still India. So the gap is very large. So India is country having lots of the natural resources, iron ore, coking coal, not a good quality of coking coal. So mainly we are using the Dhanbad coking coal and blend with the Australian coking coal to make the coking coal. But lots of the practice in the
some faculty, some the professor might say yes to you, and that will be a very good opportunity. So please don't stop and please explore yourself. Yeah, that's what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Sayan. I know that you will be having many more questions, but due to paucity of the time, I have to wind up here. And I thank the panelists for the excellent responses. And with that,
based on today's discussion and based on the concluding remarks made by our chief guest during his inaugural talk, it is clearly understood that challenges are enormous, which needs to be addressed. But there are many hopes. If we look at the average age of India, it is below 30 years, where the rest of the world This is actually the first award. No, it's fine. He is the first. So they make the correction. Actually, I make the mistakes. Now the second best award goes to this is the first prize. I make the mistakes. Now the second best award goes to Aman Kumar from NIT Jamshedpur. And third prize goes to Minal Kanti Jha from Cooperative College Jamshedpur. Please take seats. So congratulations to all the winners. We are thinking and find out the right direction for future actions. I hope the event has been very effective in meeting its purpose. We are thankful to Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, our director, for gracing this occasion and providing his constant encouragement and logistic support. I, on behalf of the organizing committee and on my own behalf, like to extend our thanks.
I would like to request all of you to please come up on the dais and take your seat. Thank you very much. Thanks all of you. We'll start the program by the presentation by
respected Chairman Research Council, Director NML, Dr. Shomista, my dear colleagues and friends. So we are now almost reached at the end of our campaign, One Week, One Lab programs. So in this total, my One Week, One Lab programs, the laboratory is to identify the needs of the regions, industry, and provide suitable solutions for them. During these week-long programs, lab has organized various events as per the format of CSR. In the meeting, we are quite fortunate to have Honorable Governor Jharkhand as well as head of our family. One is on rare earth metals and other on hydrogen storage and transportations. A large number of industry participation we have just seen in these two workshops, and they have delivered the talk. The purpose of the workshop is to strengthen our research network in rare earth as well as to develop a center for excellence to deal material challenges unlocking the hydrogen era. Quite successful in
program what we had, so I don't have much to say. Only thing I want to say that this program we tried to encompass various activities, starting with inauguration, then workshop on rare earths for self-reliant.
metallurgy, the art and science of making and using metals, has contributed enormously to the growth of human civilization. India, with a metallurgical heritage of over 7,000 years, has been the leader. In 1942, when India was at the dawn of its freedom movement, Sri Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar, the visionary leader, realized the importance of metallurgy in shaping the growth of independent India and decided to establish the National Metallurgical Laboratory, one of the first 5 laboratories of the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. After 8 years, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru inaugurated the National Metallurgical Laboratory, popularly known as NML, on November 26, 1950 at Jamshedpur. The mandate was to bring out the treasures of our soil to the surface, cast them to shape and put India in the path of industrial growth. Under the dynamic leadership of President CSIR, Vice President CSIR, Director General CSIR, and its Director, NML is marching ahead to fulfill the dreams of 1 billion Indians.
CSIR National Metallurgical Laboratory, Jamshedpur, is a national laboratory of international repute. The laboratory is engaged in a broad range of research activities in the field of mineral processing, metal extraction and recycling, materials engineering, analytical chemistry.
Of life has been the motto of NML from its inception. Using pilot plant facilities, NML has developed process flow sheets on beneficiation of iron ore, limestone, coal, bauxite, barite, sillimanite, and lithium ore to improve the productivity. NML's column flotation technology for beneficiation of low-grade ores has set a benchmark.
Come to an end, so this is also trying to wind up. But going by the level of participation and interaction, I think all of you would agree, at least on the last day, we have had a wonderful function, the winding up, the concluding function for the 1 week long celebration of 1 week, 1 laboratory initiative of CSIR. It will help you a lot if you can visit some of the facilities and get to know about what are the new developments taking place. It has a long checkered history, and in certain disciplines, there was a time when very many process metallurgy, extractive metallurgy flow sheets were created in this laboratory, and that too in for metals which are not very well studied in the country.
Now I would like to...
It has been an incredible few days, but like all good things, 1 week, 1 lakh campaign of CSIR NML comes to an end. Professor Indranil Manna, Vice Chancellor BIT Misra, and Chairman Research Council of CSIR NML, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava, Director CSIR NML, Dr. S.K. Pal, Chief Scientist and Convener of this, and blessed us with your insightful thoughts. It shows your affection and love for this lab. Organizing an event of such scale needs an extra effort. A motivated leader and one having a bird's eye view for details. We are fortunate to have such a person as our director, Dr. Avnish Kumar Srivastava. On behalf of the whole organizing committee and CSIR NML, I thank our director for your
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Utkala, Vanga, Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga, Uchala, Jaladhi, Taranga. Tava Shubha Name Jage, Tava Shubha Ashish Mange,